What's up, everybody? Blue Dog 35 here. I am back with my Wagoneer, and we are doing another, uh, what is it called? Leaderboard challenge? There we go. It's only been about 15 minutes since I stopped recording the last one. But anyways, pardon me if there's a little noise. I'm just adjusting my microphone. um, I'm gonna do, this is video 2 of the series. We are going to, well, not the series, but this, the one with the Jeep. So we're gonna go over to Rivals. Actually, no, we're gonna go to Tune. And we're gonna go to Test Drive. And we're gonna do Watkins Glen, Short Circuit, no disassemble number 5. What we're gonna do is we're gonna tune this vehicular a bit, and we are going to make it nice, and we're gonna tweak what needs tweaking, and then we're going to do all that good stuff. So the gear ratios seem to be okay for now. Let's keep everything, put a little caster in it. Leave the roll bars alone. Leave Brittany alone. Put a little more front spring into it. And then we'll take some out of the rear. We'll drop this thing a bit. Get the center of gravity a little bit lower. Do a couple small adjustments with the bump and rebound. Turn the braking pressure down a tad. And I didn't really have any rotation problems, so... Alright, so this is where the differential comes in. I don't really need to do much. I know in my previous video, I was like, oh, do 60-10, 60-10, 60-10. And then I had an issue with the inside wheel spinning. So we're gonna bring, let's do 35 on the front, and then I usually keep it 10 for decel, and then we'll put it 60-40. See how that does. Our fastest lap time for this was it was 129.2. That's what I recall. So I'm gonna write that down right quick. 129.2. I don't remember the exact specifics, but the time we're trying to beat is 125.818. So we really only need to cut about 3.5 seconds off of our time. I think it was 129.25 something. So let's go ahead and give this a try. We'll see how she goes. If you remember in the previous video, we supercharged. I forget exactly what it's making, but it weighs about 3,600 pounds. Not sure what that is in kilograms, but just divide it by 2.2, I guess, and then that's what you get. Because I know a kilogram is 2.2 pounds. That's what at least that's what I've been told. So we're gonna try and go for... She really sets well in the corner. I'm not sure if they modeled in the straight axle suspension, really, because I really like the way it sets in the corner. It's quite stable. The only issue I ever really have is this corner. But I think with a little finagling, you know, we'll be able to. And then remember, this is the run-up lap, so this is going to be a fairly long lap. And we'll grab fourth. Down into turn one. This is going to be dirty, so already screwed it up, but we'll get a half decent idea of what, you know, what we're going to run unless I screw something else up. I just didn't brake enough. Here's through the S's. And of course, it's not as smooth as it could be because, you know, I'm playing with a controller. But, you know, I hope to get a decent wheel. I have one in the garage, but it's a cheap one. It does work, but, you know, once again, reasons of why I don't use it, so. I touched on that in the previous video. So, we'll grab fourth down here. Kind of have to. I don't know why I'm looking behind me. There ain't nobody back there. I screwed that up, but not as bad as I did last time. That was actually pretty good. Little more sliding than I would have liked, but we'll see. That was worse than the original, but then again, I did watch Way Out. If I can just keep it, you know, clean here, then another thing I might do is to get a little more speed out of this. I might take some downforce off the rear and a little bit off the front just to see if I can get a couple mile-an-hour down the backstretch, and all that stuff, because the bus stop is kind of wide, and then there aren't all that many high-speed corners. And, you know, I say high speed because, I mean, let's face it, I'm rarely getting above 105. There's only like 2 or 3 parts on the track that I can do that, so that was good, even though I locked up the brakes, I locked up the front, and then there's the grass. I shouldn't even downshift for that one. But there's a 125. This is actually going to be a another. You know, I think I made it worse. I think the bass tune was better, and I just forgot what it was doing, and I should have just kind of worked from that. We all make mistakes, so I'll do one more lap like this, and then if it doesn't really pan out, we'll, I think the first thing that I'm going to do, because I do like the way this drives, first thing I'll do is take downforce out. And, you know, worst comes to worst, I'll take the downforce off. Although I'll probably have to detune the engine a little if I do that. But that's not a huge deal. Yeah. That wasn't worth it. Keeping it in third. And there's a dirty. But let's see, because that wasn't super dirty. Let's see if this does anything at all. There's 125 right there. This is not going to do anything. Yeah, we got a one. That was our fastest lap. It was 134. Actually, no, that wasn't it. But anyway, we are going to... I really do like the way this thing rolls. So we're gonna take we're gonna take 50 pounds off the front and 125 off the rear. And we're gonna see if that translates to anything speed-wise. It's not any more, loose or anything. It doesn't feel sideways or anything. It might just be placebo, but it actually does feel slightly quicker up through the S's. Not really sure, though. There's 115. I neglected to see my top speed, or to actually look for it. So, here's the bus stop. I probably shouldn't have broke, just let off there. That killed a little bit of my momentum. I'll break out the, these guys if I have to. Oh, I hit the rev chip on that, so let's, we don't want to do it on this corner because, that's gonna screw me up, but, because there's banking and stuff, but let's, I downshifted again. I am just not here today. We'll see what we're doing. Well, that was better. So let's set a clean lap with no downforce. Let's see what this does. Maybe I can adjust the gear ratios a little, so I have a little more drive off the corner. Or a little more motor off the corner, you know. This engine makes its torque kind of high up. About 3,000 RPM, so we'll see if we can cater to that. And here's sideways through the bus stop, which is not exactly the greatest. But this thing does handle very nicely. I really do like the way this thing holds the road. I'll keep it in fourth, and then downshift to third for this one, even though that absolutely got all kinds of screwed up backwards, and even though it says perfect. Alright, so that was a 129.8. So here's what I'm gonna do. And, once again, this video is gonna be rather long, but this is, this is kind of how you, go about, tuning. It's all trial and error, really, so we're not all perfect. I am gonna take all of the aero down. And that's pretty much it. Let's see what excuse me, let's see what we can do from here. Because we got a 129.2 with this setup, minus the aerodynamics. So let's see what that equates to on the board. I might actually have to rebuild the car and take some, take some grip out and put some power in, just so it's quicker. If I swap out the racing tires for sport tires, I can probably bump it up another 25-30 horsepower. And, see there, I lost the back end. So, I might need a little bit of the downforce, but you never know. And for some reason that lap is not dirty, even though I was almost all the way in the grass and facing backwards. Gotta love Forza. I'm just glad they did away with the Forza stop. I remember in like Forza 5 and Forza 4, you would just kind of get a little bit on the grass or something, and the car would come to like a dead stop, and you know, it's to keep people from cutting the track. And that drove me crazy because there were parts of the track that like they just coded wrong or something, and it was horrible because like Watkins Glen, for example, they didn't have Watkins Glen in any of the previous Forza games, but like if you ever watch it on NASCAR, they go way out there. They use all the track. And same with like Sonoma, Sears Point, the corner where they just come off the hill, they use that whole thing. They use all that runoff area to get, you know, the quickest lap, and that's not a dirty lap, so they're up and over rumble strips and all kinds of crazy shit, so it's fun. But it's just a personal preference. Little things that I'm nitpicking on. So this might actually be a 4-part. But I am going to beat that time. I'm going to. I failed last time, and I am going to yeah, so this just doesn't have the rear downforce that it needs, but it obviously needs more power. So my goal is to make my own tune. I could go and download a tune, but I want to make my own because that's just you know, that's just how I roll. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stop this video, even though it was, you know, for nothing. I'll probably call this one back to the drawing board or something crazy like that. I know, super edgy. But, you know, it's all in the tuning process, and, you know, these videos give insight into my tuning. So, anyways, if you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, rate, share, blah, 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 do the thing with the buttons, and, you know the deal. If you want me to play that and not yawn all the time, whatever, but feel free to comment, feel free to, whatever. I'm quite social, so, say hello, check out my Facebook page or my, my other stuff in the, description. I almost never use Twitter, but, you know, whatever, I'm learning, so, yeah, do the thing with the things and all that other stuff, so, yeah, thanks for watching, I appreciate it.